Welcome to Lingelstown TV. My name is Bill Bostic, your host, better known as B Squared. And this video is a follow-up to one I did in March. We're going to take a look at a paradise that I discovered probably back in the late 80s that exists in Lower Paxton Township. Let's just take a look at this and find out what I'm talking about. This is actually some farmland. It's a farm called Stray Winds Farm. It's located between Colonial Road and Crooked Hill Road, and some other landmarks. It's actually not far away from Colonial Park Mall and also the Sheets and on Lingelstown Road. This is the most, I think, the prettiest part of the farm. The Paxton Creek cuts right through it. This is in early March, so you can imagine what it's going to look like here in a few weeks when everything greens up a little bit more. There's a pond. You can see the bridge in the back. To the left of that bridge is actually an old mansion that's no longer inhabited. This is another field that and McIntosh Road, which is the main thoroughfare that goes right through the farm. And here's another field looking, this would be looking south, and you see some of the yards in the left-hand side showing up from the Colonial Crest neighborhood. And this particular farm currently is owned by Triple Crown Corporation, which is a developer here based in Lower Paxton Township. They have housing developments throughout the area as well as some business commercial properties. They've been working with a neighborhood group called Stray Winds Area Neighbors called SWAN. They've been working with this group for about 5 years, and as a reporter I've attended several hundred meetings, and I've never really seen a community group and a developer work as closely as these two groups have to come up with a plan that is not only workable for the residents but also works for the developer. And this is what this group has done. There were some problems as far as getting a plan approved by a township, but now things have come to a head, and there's really two ways that this land is going to be developed. It's going to undergo a tremendous change, nothing like what you saw here on the video. One plan, and we'll call this the cookie cutter plan. I got a cookie cutter here. What's going to happen with this particular plan, and this one the Triple Crown could do tomorrow if they got everything submitted and approved properly. There's no problem doing this. They can take the farm and actually just cut it up into 374 units and put single family homes on it. It's the type of thing where you'd attract many new families with children. It would generate a significant amount of traffic, new students at Central Dauphin School District. And it looks like this. I'll have this posted on Lingelstown Gazette. You just take the whole farm and just cut it up into lots. Now, what has happened with Swan working with Triple Crown Corporation is they say, hey, look, this plan is not very desirable. We have some issues. And when you put this plan in, it's going to dramatically change our neighborhood. Let's see if we can find an alternative. And what the alternative is, by increasing the number of units and doing it in a responsible way, Triple Crown Corporation, this is by the residents agreeing to more units, Triple Crown Corporation then can come back in with some benefits that are going to help the entire area. And we'll call this plan, and again this will be on Lingelstown Gazette, the cluster plan. And the main feature here is that many of the units are clustered together. Instead of being spread out over the entire farm property, they're clustered together in side-by-side units, and by doing this clustering, it enables, by the plan that's in front of the township now, be 45% of this farmland will be preserved as open space, where almost nothing is preserved in the other plan. In addition, there will be improvements to intersections at Colonial Road and Crooked Hill Road, which are very, very dangerous now. You put more traffic on them, even more so. So I think it's almost $1.8 million worth of improvements the developer, Triple Crown, is willing to put into these roads, and they also already have a bond set up with the township to guarantee that those improvements will take place if the plan is approved. Other key features is that you have buffers. Basically, some of this open space would separate existing homes from the new homes that will be constructed, including a significant buffer along the Paxton Creek, which I showed you, which is not in the cookie cutter plan. And another key feature would be there's going to be a 10-acre park along with a community park, along with a pedestrian and bikeway that's going to run through the development. Again, that's not included in the cookie cutter plan. Also, the plan is set up where many of the units are going to be more attractive to older, more mature home buyers, which in most cases are not going to have children, and they're not going to have as many cars as a family with teenagers. And in fact, 10% of the units have to be purchased and inhabited by people who are 55 years of age or older. So again, these are benefits that come through the negotiated plan between Stray Winds Farms and Triple Crown Corporation. Right now, Triple Crown Corporation is trying to get approved through Lower Paxton Township a tweak, or what's called a text amendment, to some of the regulations that Lower Paxton Township has. If they can get that approved, then they're going to be able to move forward in the near term with this cluster plan, the 449 unit plan. If for some reason the cluster plan is not approved, then Triple Crown Corporation is now at a point 5 years into this thing, they're going to have to go and do the cookie cutter plan, which has absolutely no benefits to the area. The next big date for this, as far as meetings, is going to be this Wednesday, April 13th. The Township Planning Commission, which is an advisory board to the township supervisors who make the final decisions. The Planning Commission is going to take a look at this proposed text amendment, just a minor, not a minor, but a tweak or change to existing regulations to see if they're going to recommend that change for approval. If it's approved, or if it's even not approved, then the proposed text amendment would go to the township supervisors for final approval. So I wanted to bring you up to speed. A beautiful piece of property. The only way it's not going to be developed if someone in the very near term can come up with several $1 million and buy the property from Triple Crown Corporation. Otherwise, they have every right to develop it. So if you're interested, come out to the township municipal building or municipal complex, 7 o'clock, Wednesday, April 13th, to see how this thing fares with the Planning Commission. I'll keep you updated on Linglestown Gazette. Thanks so much for watching, and again, you, with just a little bit of me, we're changing Linglestown and Lower Paxton Township, whether they like it or not. Bye.